Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. My name is Malescu and I am the owner of Malescu Law, a law firm based in Miami, Florida, specializing in business, corporate and US immigration. We can assist you with all your immigration needs regardless of where you are currently located or where you plan to go in the United States. Today we are going to speak about an E-2 visa success story for a national of Canada and Iran. But before we get started, please subscribe to our channel by clicking the bell button or the subscribe button. Recently, we had an E-2 treaty investor visa approved for an investor who is both a national of Canada and Iran. And the E-2 visa was approved at the US Consulate in Toronto under the Canadian citizenship for 5 years, which is the maximum allowed under the treaty between the United States and Canada. Now, the major concern of this case was the fact that the investor was a national of Iran, and there is a travel ban that the Trump administration issued in the summer of 2025 that applies to nationals of Iran. So this was a major concern in this case. However, despite this travel ban, the investor, which is a national of both Canada and Iran, but holds only passport from Canada, so only a Canadian passport, and does not have an Iranian passport and has not been to Iran in the past 20 years, was able to obtain the E-2 visa in their Canadian passport. Now, this is possible because in the travel ban, the Trump administration travel ban, there is an exception for those individuals who, aside from the Iranian nationality, they also have a different citizenship of another country, and they are obtaining the US visa on that other passport, and they are traveling to the United States on that other passport. Now, in our case, the investor applied with the Canadian passport and is traveling to the United States on the Canadian passport, does not have an Iranian passport, and also has not been to Iran in the past 20 years. Aside from this major concern in this case, this E-2 treaty investor case was about an audiology office. So the investor is an audiologist in Canada and the United States and has licenses to practice audiology in Canada and in the United States, has previously been on a TN visa as an audiologist working in Illinois, and now decided to open an audiology clinic in the state of Florida. Again, the investor has all the licenses required to practice the profession in the United States and Canada. Before applying for the E-2 visa, the investor secured their physical premises and also all the business tax receipts and all the licenses and permits required to practice at that specific location, as well as obtaining all their equipment that is necessary for them to practice and open an audiology clinic. The total investment for this business was around $200,000, and this was primarily spent before applying for the E-2 visa, although part of the investment was also spent after the E-2 visa application, because it took the investor 3 months to obtain an interview date at the US Consulate in Toronto. So from the moment the application was sent to the US Consulate in Toronto and until the investor was invited for an E-2 visa interview at the consulate, there was a lag of 3 months, and in these 3 months the investor continued to spend on the audiology clinic. This is all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel, and if you need to get in touch with us, you have our contact information in this video and below this video. We will see you soon. Bye.